Hello teachers, my name is Wendy, and in this video we're going to talk about some tips and tricks on how to teach the 2000 and 4000 word book series. The 2000 word book series consists of 4 books with 64 units in total. And every 2 units the student focuses on specific themes such as body and health, homes, food, etc. The 4000 word book series is made up of 6 books with 180 units in total. Now, the length of each lesson is suggested to be taught in a 1-hour lesson. However, you can break it up into 2 30-minute lessons. Every 4 units in the 2000 word book and every 6 units in the 4000 word book, the student is asked to do a review lesson, which should be 30 minutes long. Now, of course, every student is different, so you as a teacher, you can organize the material to go at a pace that is best for the student. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some tips and tricks. But let's start with the 2000 word book series first. Now, before you start the actual lesson, you could use a warm-up that directly relates to the unit material. For example, for the Unit 5 on homes, you could show an image of a home and then ask the student questions that immediately direct them to the new vocabulary they will learn in the lesson. For example, in the image you can see different family members and different rooms. You can ask them, what room do you take a shower in? Where is the toilet? Where is the sink? How many sinks are in your house? Who is downstairs? Who is upstairs? Who is in the living room? So making a warm-up that is fun and engaging right from the start and introduces the unit material is a great way to start off. One strategy that has helped teachers would be to start with the reading of the passage first and interact with the student. So you're kind of going in reverse order. And this is because going through the list of the words and definitions with the student right from the start might be boring for them. But the interactions with the reading of the passage will make it really interesting for them right from the beginning. So try these ideas. 1, give a brief definition of a new word. For example, ease means to bring relief to or make something less difficult. Ease your pain at home means to bring relief or make the pain less. 2, ask a personal question or opinion. For the word medicine, for example, you could ask, do you like taking medicine? Why or why not? 3, put the word into practice using actions. You could ask them, for example, where is your neck? Show me. And 4, you could actually introduce a new word that it was in the reading, such as chamomile. You could ask them, do you like to drink chamomile tea? Or what tea do you like to drink? These questions and interactions will immediately allow you to see what words the student actually knows. Then, after you do the reading of the passage, you can go back up to the vocabulary list and check their comprehension through a series of questions. Try this. Choose 5 words from the word list and give a definition of one of the words and have them guess. For example, this is what you are if you eat vegetables and do exercise every day. And of course, the word is healthy. Then explain to the student what antonyms and synonyms are. You can create a chart for 2 or more words and then have them fill it in. For example, for the word hurt, wound and harm are synonyms, and for the word healthy, unhealthy, weak, or sick are antonyms. A good recommendation for the fill in the blanks exercises would be to have the student first match the images to the correct word. This will immediately help you to see what words they learned well and what words they didn't. Once they have successfully matched the words, fill in the blanks will be much easier for them. And of course, if they are more advanced, you can even ask them to create their own sentences. Now, for reading that has lots of images and pictures, use them to your advantage to strike up more conversation. For example, how does he feel? Or, draw attention to some of the words. Where is your brain? What does a nurse do? And these questions will help you check whether the student understands the vocabulary words. You could also assign the student one particular character in the story, so you both take turns reading and making the voices. Don't miss opportunities to do extra activities related to the reading. That could really help the student expand crucial knowledge. For example, for lesson 5 about homes, the reading asks the question, where's my phone? You could use this as an opportunity to discuss prepositions such as between, on, under. And of course, this is actually related directly to the dialogue in the reading. For example, did you look under the blanket and the cushions on the couch? For exercises involving dialogue, assign yourself and the student a role and take turns. Speaking of dialogue, you could actually create your own dialogue that uses words that were learned in the lesson. This could actually serve as a wrap-up exercise. For example, for this lesson, headache, hurt, ease, pain, medicine were words that were learned, so you could have a discussion between a doctor and a student. Doctor, what is the problem? Student, I have a headache. You could actually write out the dialogue, or you could ask the student to create their own dialogue, their own answers, and challenge them to use one of the words from the vocabulary list. Awesome. Now let's look at some tips and tricks for the 4,000 word book series. Again, you could start with a warm-up exercise that gets them immediately brainstorming the vocabulary that's going to be used in the lesson. For example, you could start off the lesson showing an image to the student and asking them to describe it using at least 3 of the vocabulary words from the word list. This immediately gets them speaking, and it gives you the opportunity to see what words they already know. For example, for this image, they could say, the people rowed the boat on the lake. There were many ducks at the park. The boy had a hamburger for breakfast. Now, before actually engaging in the reading of the passage, you could show the student an image that helps add context to the reading. For example, an image of the Amalfi Coast. You can ask them questions that directly use the vocabulary in the paragraph, Would you like to travel here? Have you ever been on a boat? What countries have you visited? And of course, always encourage the student to answer incomplete sentences. Now, this series involves a lot more reading, so really break up the paragraphs in sections using the drawing tools. Once you've assigned them a section to read, pause for discussion. Aside from asking questions directly related to the reading, which as a teacher you already know how to do, you can add extra activities such as, for example, spot the word game. You can ask them, for example, okay, now find a word that means you really, really like something. Or find a month of the year, August. Or what do you use to take pictures? A camera. Now for the complete the spelling activity, you can assist the student struggling by adding an image and asking questions to lead them to the correct answer. For example, for number 4, you could first show them an image and ask them what the 2 people are doing. You can ask them questions like, do you think they are talking loud or whispering? Why? What is she telling her friend? Yes, she's telling her friend a secret. And then of course ask them to spell it out. Now, if the student is more advanced, to make it more challenging, you can block out the fill in the blanks with a rectangle. Using images always comes in handy. It's a huge help no matter what level your student is. Now, for the activity in which the student must circle the correct definition, try using the word in a sentence. This puts the word into a familiar context and it helps the student to see if they're struggling. For example, for number 3, view, you can make a sentence. She could view the ocean from her bedroom window. What does it mean? This puts the word in a familiar context, which really helps the student if they're struggling. In the matching to complete the words exercise, you can ask the student to create their own sentences with the words. If the student is struggling, you can create a fill-in-the-blank sentence for them and then complete it with the correct word. A helpful tip in general, of course, when the student is doing the reading of the passage would be to take a screenshot of the reading and then put the multiple choice options next to the reading of the passage. Now, during the reading, ask the student questions that will eventually guide them to the correct answer. For example, what activities can you do at the Amalfi Coast? Oh yes, you can catch frisbees, you can go on a boat trip, you can enjoy home-cooked Italian food, etc. And then of course, once they've discussed the activities that you can do, they will automatically know the answer is ski in the mountains. Now finally, let's discuss a good wrap-up activity for the 4,000 word book series. What you could do is take a screenshot of up to 6 images as well as their words and play a memory game. Now this game really helps you see which words the student actually remembers. Have them pick a number and choose the appropriate image. Try to get them to match all of the right words with their correct images. How you play the game is that they choose one number on one side and another number on the other side, and if the image matches the word, they move ahead. But if it doesn't, then they have to start again. To make it more interesting and fun, you can even set a timer. And there you go, some general tips and tricks on how to teach the 2,000 and 4,000 word book series. I really hope that some of these tips and tricks will make your classes a lot more engaging and interactive. And of course, if you have any more ideas, please go ahead and share them with other teachers. Thank you so much for watching this video and happy teaching!